Now, welcome to a review of episode 1 of Penguin on Max or HBO, whatever they call it these days. Yep.
Penguin.
Where we'll start out non-spoiler in case people are kind of curious what we think about it without getting into details and maybe decide to watch it, and then we will move into some spoiler territory. So let's kick it off. Overall, what did you think? Though, how about what did you think of the Batman really quickly first? Because we did rewatch that the other day.
We did. We rewatched it before Penguin. I really liked the Batman. I thought the tone was great. The detective was back in Detective Comics. I liked the world building with Gotham. The third act was a little bit messy, but on rewatch it wasn't quite so bad, I suppose.
No, it wasn't so. We've seen it, I think, like 3 times now.
Yeah.
We both really enjoy it. And that third act is kind of the sticking point. Because I agree with pretty much everything you said there. It really does put that it is like a detective Batman. Instead of some of the other ones, you're like, I need information. I'll type into the computer for 3 seconds and, there's the information. No, this Batman figures stuff out by himself, which I really like. Mm-hmm. But that third act gets a little comic booky.
It feels like
right?
we're done with the whole thing. We locked him up. Riddler, it's done. It's over. Gotham has been saved. And then they're like, oh, by the way, he wasn't done. And yes, there are breadcrumbs that point to what he was planning on doing.
Sure.
But it just didn't feel like a fully fledged out, a fully formed plan.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I didn't like.
Like I said, to me it feels like it was a very serious tone, and then it gets very comic booky in that third act, and I'm like, didn't need that. Could have done something different. But anyway, on to Penguin, which I was kind of skeptical about, because we know Robert Pattinson's not going to be like swinging around. This is just going to be about Penguin. So how is that going to go? What did you think?
First episode, I loved it. I thought it was very well done. It picks up about 2 weeks after the events of The Batman, and it's supposed to be a nice filler. It was designed to be a filler between the 2 movies, because not next year, but the year after. So it's kind of like The Batman came out 2 years later, you get the Penguin. 2 years later, we get the Batman 2.
And then 2 years later, we'll get another villain.
We'll see, because
Mr. Freeze, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The Penguin is rumored. This is supposed to be a limited series. So this might be the only season of Penguin.
I think it's going to be only Penguin, but I mean, if the next movie, if this is successful, which I agree with you, it was absolutely phenomenal for what I was
or esque.
Well, I mean, different genres.
I know.
But it was, like I said, I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's good, fingers crossed. But I thought it was phenomenal for what it is.
Yeah,
when it is really just a kind of a mob boss kind of show, or that criminal underworld show.
Yeah, I kind of think it's going to be that generic criminal underworld show, but it has more layers, and the character development within the show is wonderful.
Yeah, you have actual I mean, Colin Farrell as the Penguin is so good.
So good.
Unrecognizably good, because he doesn't look like the Penguin in real life.
He sits in that makeup chair, he puts all that on there, and he
waddles into the screen.
Performance.
Yeah. No, he plays the role well. He's believable. He is. You hate him and you love him. You root for him. You root against him. It's so.
He's a villain.
So he is a villain.
Keep in mind that just because he's like, I'm gonna do this, and you're like, yeah, Penguin, and because he's against the other guys, and then you're like, wait, Penguin is still bad. In the movie, Penguin had a drug ring.
Penguin was really bad in the movie. Yeah.
He was working with some of the other families of Gotham with a big drug ring.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
With a club where there's definitely not hookers.
There are companions.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
They definitely don't murder people.
Yes.
No.
There's no murder.
Penguin, very above board kind of guy.
Oh, yes. Everything in that club was on the up and up. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those stories where he's the bad guy.
He is the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
It's not like it's some kind of weird redemption arc going for him. He's the bad guy. But let's move into spoilers now. But if you are someone kind of on the fence, I would definitely give it a watch.
Oh, thank goodness they didn't Book of Boba Fett him. He shows up, I will be the daimyo of
I'm going to save Gotham. No, he ain't saving Gotham.
He's not saving
anything. He's lining Penguin's pockets.
Yeah.
And I think what they did really well, I think part of the reason why this works so well is because of Victor.
Yeah, because he was in Encanto.
Was he?
Yeah, he's one of the actors from Encanto.
Victor, who also does I don't know the actor's name. He's in Encanto apparently. Yes. Does a great job here as being like kind of terrified of the Penguin, and as the first episode goes, you're like, he kind of starting to like, all right, I could get into this line of work. But what really works is like you fear for him because Penguin is a bad guy. Yeah, and when we were watching it together, and he told him to turn around and look at the sunset, like, you cried out, like, no!
I did cry. I'm like, here it comes.
Yeah, like, don't do that, please! Like,
not Victor.
Yeah,
He's a pure soul.
And that was I'd already known I was enjoying it, but that was the moment, like, this show was working. Because you cared about Victor, you didn't want Penguin to kill him either. Like, you were like, come on, I'm rooting for you, dude, don't do that.
We're in spoilers, right?
Yeah, I said we were in spoilers.
Spoilers? Okay, good. There were so many details that were just beautifully handled in this show. The fact that Penguin had empathy for the kid. He took his driver's license, he looked at it, he knew the neighborhood.
Yep, he'd grown up
there
himself.
You could tell he never wanted to kill the boy because he knew that neighborhood had been washed away by what happened.
Yep.
He knew the boy probably had
probably
no
didn't have his parents could have been killed or didn't have him before.
That he didn't even want to be doing the line of work that he was doing, like trying to rip.
Yeah, trying to
fence his car and want to take his rims.
I think he was just trying to take the rims.
Yeah. You knew he didn't want to do any of that. He just didn't feel like he had a choice.
Yeah, he's stuck in this life, and Penguin kind of saw that same kind of like, he was probably in the exact same spot. He understands why he's doing this, and, there's that empathy for him, yet at the same time, like, he's a liability.
Yeah,
like, he's seeing things.
He is a liability.
And as we saw, the Maroney family is not to be, trifled with.
No. Sophie's crazy.
Sophie's crazy, and I love it.
That's why I like her. Yeah. Her brother...
His brother, her brother deserved to get shot.
He did.
Which shocked me because I figured
I didn't think he was going to do it. I thought, here he goes. Penguin's down, groveling. Hey, family. Hey, boss. And then he tells him, about the mob boss from his neighborhood. And
then gets laughed at.
And he just, that's it. You laughed
at
my dream? Yeah. You laughed at my dream? Bang! That's what you get. A cap from Penguin.
Yep. And then, like, 2 seconds later, Penguin's like, "Oh God, that was the wrong. I should not have done that." And I loved it. But then
he managed very quickly to think the entire way around the situation.
Yeah.
First off, he went to the Maronis and he's trying to convince them to maybe we should have a gang war. By the end of it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm starting a gang war because I gave that ring back to Falcone."
I think we're getting the families. But I said Maronis. It was the Falcones.
The Maronis were the ones. Who Salvatore Maroni's in jail.
Yeah, he's the one in jail. Yeah, I said the wrong ones. That's my bad.
Yeah, and the Falcones are the ones who are running the biz right now.
Yeah. So Sophie's a Falcone. Yeah, they're all the Falcones. Yeah.
So Salvatore has the ring, and he's going to pretty much have to be like, "Yeah, I took care of your brother Alfredo, something with an A. I don't remember his name. Yeah. He wasn't around long enough for me to remember his name. No. Alphonse. I don't know.
Alfonso.
I don't know. It was Italian." But Sophie's going to get revenge when she figures this out. And she will eventually, I think. Eventually, I feel like Penguin's going to come out of the shadow and be like, I did all of this.
Yep.
Look at what I
the whole
did.
Thing. Yep. Yeah, because he wants to boast.
You guys underestimate me? Look what happens when you underestimate me. I'm the Penguin. It's my mom voice.
How did you think of Penguin's mom?
Aww. She was adorable little teetering old woman who comes around and then she's like, "Is my son a... Yeah, no, you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
You don't laugh at you.
My son a pansy, quote unquote, could be another P word she used. Yeah.
That's not what she said. She was great. They were
so unexpected. I thought, he just takes care of his mother, but no, she's like now probably why he is the way he is. It's because of dear old mom.
There's not a single actor who I've seen on this show so far that has not gone out there and impressed me.
No, like I said, I was hooked from the first scene.
The characterization. Oh my God, these characters are all real. They all have layers. Yep. We've heard Penguin's dream. We know Victor's story and why he's doing the things he does. We see the care for his mother. We see so many facets of the characters already. And I know we're going to get more on Sophie the crazy.
Yep.
And even she's got depth. My brother's the only one who believed in me.
Good writing.
Great writing. The fact that they constantly underestimate Penguin, partially because he's got a disability because of his foot, which makes him have the waddle. Yeah.
Which makes him get the name Penguin.
But he's underestimated because of how he looks, what he is, and that's going to bite them all because you don't need to be, he's the
smart. Intelligent villain.
He's super intelligent.
He can physically shoot somebody like we saw.
He's also got some crazy moments, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the comic book callbacks are amazing. I love that they gave him the purple car.
Yep.
That he sometimes wears the purple suit. I'm like, that's Penguin! Penguin purple! That was his thing. And then they had to have a couple scenes with him with an umbrella. Like, just wait till he's shooting bullets out of that umbrella. Yeah. He's not going to, most likely, but I wouldn't be
Probably
surprised
not,
if you
but I
get one
wouldn't be
scene where he
surprised
holds the
if-
umbrella down and maybe shoots
Yeah.
his gun from behind it.
I'm not going to be surprised if we get a scene of an umbrella gun of some
I
sort.
don't think it'll be an umbrella gun.
No, but
I
it's
think
using-
it'll hold
yes,
the
that's what
umbrella
I'm saying.
down and shoot from behind it so we don't see it, and everyone in the audience will go, ah, Penguin umbrella gun. It's great.
All right, so clearly we both thoroughly enjoyed
I had a
episode
great
1.
time watching it.
Yes, I did too. I highly, highly recommend. But if you've watched this already, you hopefully watch the show because otherwise we ruined everything.
Yeah, go get a slush puppy and watch episode 2.
I have one question for you.
Uh-oh.
It's not a bad one. Do you think Batman, Robert Pattinson, cameo, yes or no?
I hope not.
Really? You hope not?
I hope not, because I want us to go into the next Batman movie to see what has become of Penguin. What has he done to Gotham? What has he twisted the Undercity to?
Okay.
Could he be a bigger villain in the next part because now he's the one leading the crime families?
Yeah.
I mean, Batman has other fish to fry. He's got other people to save. How long will Penguin be able to stay off the radar? Will this new drug that they're getting, will this be enough to get Batman's attention? Will Penguin deflect and have the other families take the fall on this, and then he's going to come out of the shadows in his own way?
Yeah, I can
So
see that.
I'd be okay with maybe a word here or there, or
Oh, I think
Batman
name
stopped
drops.
this drug
Absolutely,
shipment,
yeah.
and Batman did this.
I mean, he's already been name dropped, so.
Yeah, but I'd like it to keep revolving around Penguin and not try to overshadow him with another character like
I
that.
agree. I am fine without a Pattinson.
Yeah, they put Batman in there, and all of a
Cameo.
sudden we're now hardcore rooting against the
Yeah.
Penguin,
I
which
think,
is not what this show wants you to do.
I think final episode, Penguin is going to do something to get back on Batman's radar. I think we get cameo, and I think we kind of get a taste of what the next movie might be. That's my guess.
Yes, but like I said, this show wants you to cheer for Penguin. If you put Batman in, you automatically are labeling Penguin as a bad guy to the audience again,
You're right. Yeah.
and then we're not.
I don't
rooting
think
for
you
him
want
at
to
all
do.
anymore.
Yeah, I think you want to. I think you want to keep this as complex as possible, where you're again kind of torn between. I like Penguin. I'm rooting for him, but damn, he is a
Yeah,
villain.
you put Batman in there, and all of a sudden you're
He's
like,
just a
no,
villain.
he's a villain now. He's
Yeah.
bad.
All right. Well, I guess that is going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of the first episode of Penguin, or if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Whatever the case may be, leave a comment below. Let's talk some DC. And until next time, thanks for watching.